Hello everybody, this is DizzzyDragon, and on this episode we will be heading to Great Bay Temple. But before I do that, I did a couple things. To prepare myself. One thing that I did was I just beat Snow Peak, and so I have made the mountains unfrozen again. And now I'm going to show off Don Garrow's mask, which I haven't shown off yet. I've been waiting for you, Don Garrow. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but it looks like you've lost a little late. As you can see, Dongara, the long winter has ended and spring has finally come to the mountains. Let us begin our chorus. Alright, so with this mask, you can talk to frogs, and you can actually conduct the frog choir. But unfortunately, not all our members are gathered. Perhaps it's because the winter was so long, and they have not yet realized that spring has came? What a pity. So as Dongara, our duty is to gather the frog choir. And it is very important that that you do this actually before you go to Great Bay. At least that's the way I find it. Alright, so now I'm here at Clocktown, kind of in the middle of Clocktown. There's a frog here. Ah, Dongaro, it has been long. What has brought you here? Could it be that spring has finally come to the mountains? That look, it must be true. I must begin my journey back, and he will head back immediately. So what you gotta do is you gotta go around and gather 4 other frogs. The first frog you get automatically just by being Snow Peak. So you have to go around and collect 4 of the frogs. The first one being Clocktown. The next 2 are in Woodfall. This one's right before you kind of get to the Deku Palace. This one's really easy to forget about, but he's actually pretty easy to get. As you can tell, if you look at my heart containers, I'm actually 1 heart container shy. This is because I actually forgot to save in my last recording. So I don't even notice this, however, till literally the very final moment at the Great Bay Temple. The Great Bay Temple also being live commentary. I don't notice this till the very, very last moment in the Great Bay Temple. And later I go back and fix it off screen after Great Bay Temple. But for Great Bay Temple, I'll be doing it with this amount of hearts. And as you can see, the next frog before we go to Great Bay Temple is the kind of the mini boss in Woodfall Temple. And if you have the bow and arrow, it's really easy to get to this boss. You don't have to do the entire dungeon. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to be heading to Great Bay, and we're finally going to get started on Great Bay Temple. So I will see you guys there. Hello everybody, we are back, and we are about to finally start the water temple, and I need to turn down my volume just a teeny bit. And we'll keep it at 10. Alright, so we're finally going to start the water temple right now. This is Lulu, if you have forgotten, because it's been a while. Remember, she has lost her voice. That sad face is trying to tell you something. Blah, 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 blah. So, now that we do have the new wave Bossa Nova song from those fish eggs that we got a couple episodes back, now we're going to play it for Lulu. Fuck. I just looked at it. Left, up, left, right, down, left, right. Left, up, left, right. Left, right, down, left, right. That's almost right. Wait. Wait. Ah! I actually like that song. I just can't remember it. I can remember the Water Temple song from Ocarina of Time. It's been forever since I played that. Someone found their voice. Whoa. I thought this was like so cool when I was little. I'm like, that island just turned into a turtle. It's like a Goron jumping to a pool right there. God, I slept quite well. I just realized this when I opened my eyes. The passing of the days is quite quick, isn't it, Lulu? Yes, Lulu, it's nothing to be surprised at. Although my eyes are closed in sleep, I still see everything that occurs in the ocean. It seems that Lulu is confused. Regrettably, there is no time for idle conversation. Now then, proud Zoro warrior. The open seas of Great Bay have need of your might. Quickly climb onto my back. Okay, I guess we're going to Great Bay then. Alright. There's no actual way for Zoro Link to actually be able to climb up onto the sea turtle. But regular Link, luckily, he has a hook shot. So anybody who's a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, I think in the final few episodes where Aang gets on that giant like Lion King turtle thing, I think that's a total ripoff of this. I mean, I'm sure it's probably all based off some kind of weird mythology or something like that, but I think it's totally stealing this idea. And there are the pirates trying to be... Obviously didn't pay attention to what I said earlier, where I said it's impossible to get into there without being on the turtle. Serves you bitches right. Women. Probably need to stop being so sexist in all my LPs. But that's the funniest type of comedy, right? Great Bay Temple. Alright, for all you pussies out there who thought the water temple was hard, it ain't got nothing on this one. They literally... I feel it's kind of funny. I feel like the designers of the temples for Zelda were like, a lot of people said they had a lot of trouble with the water temple and complained about that. What should we do in response to that? Well, let's make the next one twice as hard. At least this one kind of made... Like, the water temple, in my opinion, was just aggravating. It just takes... Can you not... Alright, good. It just takes forever, in my opinion. Come on, really? Okay. That was bananas. The water temple in Ocarina of Time just takes forever. This one is a pain. It is so damn confusing. Huh. I thought it was a fairy in that. I guess there was a little fairy, but not the fairy I wanted. Alright, so we destroyed some barrels. Alright, as you can see, I have two little fairies that I picked up in the little preempt of this video. I went around and collected those little frogs, and I picked up some fairies along the way off screen. I don't think I will. I probably won't need them. Maybe in the boss fight. Maybe if I'm not paying attention or something. I don't know. I mean, I don't see myself having too much trouble with this boss, even though I'd kind of think that the boss of this temple is probably the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. Actually, yes, in my opinion, the boss for this temple is the hardest in this game. But I don't see myself having too much trouble with it. Now watch after I say that I am going to die a lot. Alright, this place is confusing as all get out. Oh, no, I should have jumped. Alright, we are going to need that and this. Alright, oh, and this water temple, in case you guys were wondering, I'm not very familiar with it. I mean, it seems like every time I play this game, like on a spur of a moment, I always just get right up to this temple, and I'm just like, ugh, the water temple. And I just like, you know, quit my little session. I mean, obviously I have beaten this temple a few times, but out of all the temples, I'd probably say this is the most confusing temple for me. Even the next temple, I always have a vague idea of where to go next, but this one just always confuses me. Which, I mean, if you follow the simple guideline of just always follow the pipes, then it's not super hard. But the fairies also really get me, because the fairies, I always can never find all the fairies in this temple for some reason. I love Miku's or Mikau. I'm gonna go Miku. I think Miku is the proper saying of this guy's name. Oh, barely. I knew he was there, but I was testing the waters, if you will.
not going to be able to get him like that. I wonder. There we go. There we go. I knew he was dead. That's the only reason I came up here. I don't need money. No, I'm just going to keep the hook shot out. I'm not going to put that away quite yet. Oh, somersault. I think that's the #1 thing I liked as a kid, is just being able to do somersaults. I thought that was so cool, and like I guess that probably didn't even take like even a day for them to program being able to do somersaults. But I just thought that was so cool as a kid. Oh. Alright, I'll meet you guys back up there in a second. Oh, there. Slow down there. Taking you out this time. Mofo. Jump on it. Hop on it. Make sure no more spiders up there to kick my ass. Alright, we got all the fairies in this room. Now this is really weird because even though it it's really weird that you're going into a new room without actually going through a door, but you are entering the next room. I get it. A huge water wheel is powering this thing. Alright, so as you can tell, there are some fairies in here, and we're going to have to scope them out. The first one is right over here. And so today is the day where that Iron Knuckle, 2 episodes ago, I guess, just went up, and it's the episode where I died twice to Iron Knuckles. And my brother, who watches these LPs, is just like, I might have to quit watching. You died twice. And I'm like, normally, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I myself, I was very angry at myself for dying twice on those Iron Knuckles. I honestly almost stopped the LP. I almost rage quitted. I'm like, oh, why am I even playing this game? Like, why am I even going to LP whenever I'm sucking so bad right now? I'm just like, I almost rage quit after dying twice, which I guess might be a little unreasonable of myself. Also, if you guys saw what I just did, how I got those that fairy down there, a lot of people like to jump in the water as Zoro Link and then try to ride the bottom. And just get to the very bottom and try to boomerang it. And that is not a great strategy, I'm just going to say right now. It's actually a pretty bad one because... Oh, I missed my entrance. That's a pretty bad strategy in my opinion because it takes forever. And I've seen more than one Let's Player take like 20 minutes just on that alone. Yeah, this is where I want to go. There's some Dexy hands, don't grab me. Skeletal fish, die! Oh, I totally missed that. Heart this. Fish karate. There we go. Alright, we're going to need the hook shots. And whenever I say like we're going to need, I'm just guessing because I can't remember too well. Well, I mean, obviously I know that you need whatever in this chest, which I'm guessing is the map? Map? Yay, map, not the dumbass compass. And indubitably there was a fairy in that. And magic, apparently. But we don't need the magic. Oh, speaking of which, magic, which was the extended magic bar, which was the last Great Fairy Award. Even though the fairies are a huge pain in the ass in this stipple, so a lot of people avoid getting it, the fairy... glitching out. The fairy award... Alright. The fairy award in this one is by far probably the most needed. Like, it, in my opinion, is the best fairy award. I probably said that with the magic bar. I probably also said that with the sword spin. But just like stat by stat, if you ask most people which fairy award out of all of them is the most important to have, is probably this one. It literally it makes the game. I'd say this fairy award, it almost makes the game unfair. Alright, got all of them. You want to take those guys out because I think you need to kill all of them And you're gonna turn around, there's still one over there. Doesn't that kill him? I swear. No, he's only dazed. Quickly, we were going to put out the bow. No! Stay there. We want to snipe you. And he gave us some arrows. And that makes a big chest appear. No, we don't want Miku. I'm just going back and forth on what his name is pronounced. You know what? From now on, he is Zoro Link, because you know what? He's only a ghost of his form itself. Ooh, stray fairy. It's already our 7th one, and we're not. Don't think just because we have this many stray fairies that we are close to being done with this place. We're not even halfway there. Maybe a fourth of the way. Not even really.